Wondering if you could be more specific about the penalties for a restaurant or gym not complying, and also for the fake vaccination cards that some people might be tempted to try.
Yeah, really, really key questions. Elizabeth, so first of all, I'll start and Dr. Choksi and then Commissioner Jesse Tisch can add. On the falsification of a vaccination card, that's actually a serious offense, falsifying an official document. That literally could result in prison time as much as 7 years. So I want people to understand that is not something to play around with. We're in the middle of a pandemic. The vaccination card's a pretty sacred document to tell us who's vaccinated, who's not. Don't even think about falsifying it because it could be very, very serious consequences if you do. As to the penalties, so again, our goal here, Elizabeth, is not to penalize restaurants and indoor entertainment, fitness, to educate for a month, get everyone clear about what they need to do, and just make sure people do it. If we get non-compliance after that much education and that much of a grace period, we won't hesitate to give penalties, but we certainly hope to not have to do that often. And our experience last year showed us that we didn't actually have to do too many penalties, luckily. Most people complied readily. But my understanding is that the typical situation, a first offense, for example, is $1,000. A second offense is $2,000. I think a third is $5,000. We'll get you all the details, but it's an escalator approach to make clear that people have to conform with the law.
So 7 years for this if you try faking the sacred document.
This is why we adapt, and I saw the mandate coming, but I did not see it getting this strict this fast. So guys, before I get into the list, we're being essentially forced into not doing it. Now, some people are going to argue, well, you're not being forced, you just can't do X, Y, and Z. And X, Y, and Z, guys, is a long list of shit we cannot do, which is, again, bullshit, because there are people who want to, party and stuff. Now, de Blasio said something interesting. He said that this mandate is mainly for young people because he knows young people want to partake in New York City lifestyle and society. So he knows that they want to take part of that lifestyle. This is a way to get them to take it, AKA forcing them to take it, right? You're forcing people, coercing them into doing something or putting something into their body they don't want. There are other people who want it, and that's fine on them. Great for them. But for everybody else who doesn't want it, you're discriminating against us now because he said something interesting. Again, another interesting thing he said. He goes, restaurants and venues, that allow people to come in will get fined. That's one. Two, he says this will assure that certain people don't get access to those indoor venues. So he's already setting up speech for discrimination. He doesn't even realize it, or he doesn't care. Because he talked about discrimination 2-3 years ago when he was talking about how black people were being discriminated in the city, in various places in the city, and discriminated against the cops. The cops were discriminated against us black folks. This is what, according to him. But now he's setting up the same discriminatory lifestyle by telling us you can't enter here. Because guys, there is no fucking difference from a restaurant that says whites only. No difference than a restaurant that says vaxxed only or vaccinated only. There is no fucking difference other than it's no longer color-based, it's vaccine-based or medical-based, if you will. That is like saying, and no one did this, but if you had a sign on your door in the 80s and early 90s saying, no AIDS patients allowed. Imagine if you would have said that. You're saying the same exact shit. You're saying no unvaccinated people allowed. Same like saying no colored people allowed. It's the same exact shit. And they're going to sit there and try to dissect how it's not, and it is. Because no matter how you look at it, it's discriminatory. But anyway, let me get to the list. I have to read this list because, guys, it went from being like this to being like, long. So let me read this ridiculous list. All right, so The following types of establishment will require to ask for proof of vaccination for entry. Movie theaters, live music and concert venues, museum and galleries, aquarium and zoos. Guys, zoos are outdoors. I know that they have some indoor sections, so maybe not go in there, but whatever. You can't go to zoos anymore. Professional sports stadium and arenas, convention centers. Now, I had a photography convention to go to next month. I called them up 2 days ago. They said that I can go in with a mask on, but now they're saying that I have to be vaccinated to go in a convention center. So I'm wondering if this photography convention changed their rules. Exhibition halls, performing art theaters, who cares? Bowling alleys, recreational game centers, arcades and billiards or pool halls, casino and adult entertainment, strip clubs, restaurant and bars, catering halls and event spaces, hotel banquet rooms, cabaret and nightclubs, cafeterias. Now this is the interesting one, guys. Grocery stores with indoor dining. Now, I shop at Fairway. Fairway has a small indoor dining section. I mean, tiny. And so does Whole Foods. Some Whole Foods stores. So now we can't go into there. Bakeries and coffee shops. All right, I'm not a hipster, so I can care less. Here's the interesting one. Fast food and quick service eateries with indoor dining. That means the Five Guys I go to, White Castles, and McDonald's. I hate my cheating shit. When I feel like I want to cheat on my meals, that's where I go to eat. Gyms, fitness centers, and fitness class venues. That's like those cycling classes. Pools, dance studios, and sport classes. I guess if you're taking golf or learning how to play soccer indoors, you can't do that. So you saw that long list I just read off. Now here's a short ass list of places of unvaccinated people can hang out at. Dining, I don't get this one. All right, so this is it. The following indoor settings are not required to bar unvaccinated people, meaning they can't tell us we can't eat there. Now, this part I don't get. Dining where food is consumed elsewhere, like fast food eateries. What the fuck? You just said in the last thing that fast food restaurants with indoor dining, and then it says like fast food eateries. Make up your fucking mind. Businesses that opt to get rid of indoor seating, residential buildings, office buildings, childcare program, pre-K, public and non-public school programs, senior centers, churches hosting Sunday potlucks and similar events, community centers, charitable food services, catering at home. Catering at home. I guess catering, whatever. So now, guys, this is the problem. That's sending a mixed message. Now, in an article yesterday that de Blasio, he also stated that these following venues that you cannot go to unless you're vaccinated are going to stay as such. He goes, but we are looking at tightening the rules if we have to, meaning adding more restrictions to places unvaccinated people can't go. So now they are absolutely double fucking us in the ass with two fists and not one. All right? So they're trying to make it harder for the last 40% of us to get vaccinated. Now people are still getting vaccinated.